Alright, so I'll hand this to Garrett so he can do that. So the way this works is you got the first part of the shock is the lock for the actual seat. And if you put it on this way and it gets some burrs in it, you might not like your life very much getting it loose. See how there's a register on this side? If you put it this way to give it a small gap, it'll snap free easier. So you want to pay attention to that. This collar body is threaded the whole way down. And you just want to drive this down to the bottom. That's it. And then you want to take your seat. I do not put anti-seize on these because once you set your ride height, unless you're going crazy and adjusting your ride height all the time, the anti-seize collects dirt. And then when you start turning it, you start grinding the aluminum up with all that dirt in it. And that's just not cool. So this is already set, rebounds off, compression's off. So shock, extension, compression's pretty soft. There's no air in these like my old shocks, which is a good thing. Put this in, spring facing up. And then this has a register. And then it has the actual collar. The spring collar goes on the inside. Now I've got these off my old shocks, but I don't think I can use them. See how that don't fit? So those only fit the conies, so they'll go back on the conies. So the way this goes is you just push the spring down, and then once that's up, just compress the spring. Now your coilover's assembled, and I just got to put this bearing in the top with the clips, and then I got to take the old bearings out of the conies for now, and eventually we'll probably just order a new bearing that's even with the body of the shock so that it's not got misalignment washers. So for now, I'm gonna go find my tool to put these in. And if you want, should we video the other shock?
I guess.
Okay, I'll go get my pliers for these then, actually. Look at that. Never gotten so lucky. I didn't put a tool away, and it's actually where
Well, me and Easton were kind of using it on this.
Oh yeah?
Yep. Trying to get that rear end to work, and it still ain't. So
these have 3 attachment points on the clip. You have the main body, and then you have the 2 at the head. So when it's in, you should definitely hear it click down in the hole. Hear that click? That means it's in the hole and it's flat. Put the other lock on this side. This one's going to go easier because the other one's already in. And it's in all the way too. Now, I need a bearing out of these old conies. So I want to see which bearing has the most life.
probably none.
Nope, these actual bottom ones aren't very wore. Top ones are. So you just do the same. Now hopefully these bearing IDODs are the same. I need a little hammer.
Will this big one work? My janky one?
It has to probably be a ball peen to get the round. Let me see what I got over here.
Pretty sure there was one over here. And I can't see it.
Oh, right here.
Oh, that's where I saw it.
One in this junk pile.
Junk pile of everything we have.
I'm not hitting this hard. I'm just trying to loosen it up from years of being in its hole. As you can tell, it's walking out of the hole. Just in case I can't use it, I don't want to break it. Now, drive this one out. Now, hopefully, she's almost out. Need something to put on it.
An extension. That will work.
Here.
Got
Got a
it.
good one off of this shock. Now, see. So this is the bushing and the coney. It's actually nylon back. It's pretty solid. I don't feel any slop. Now the real question is it going to fit this? Oh, hell yeah.
It's definitely a lot looser than the
So it
dinosaur
fits.
conies.
It ain't falling out. So you know it's the right size. And I don't have to buy new bearings. I love it when I get to reuse old shit.
Yeah.
Everybody on Facebook's probably like, oh my god, he's reusing old parts. Everything on my truck's old. It's just the way it is.
The rear tires on it are about as old as me.
The rear tires on it are older than you, bud.
Yeah. They're... Everything on the truck's older than me. Except the engine, because I remember you getting a new one for it.
Yep, I built that when we had the apartment. Right after you was born. Alright, so now, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but see how that bearing is flush? There's no misalignment. That's what it takes on the bottom of my truck. So this spring and shock, it's ready to go play. Now,
Put it up there.
times two.
Hope it don't disappear like a 10mm.
If that shock disappears like a 10mm, we got a really big mouse.
Yeah, really
We already
big.
stole a squirter screw and a squirter. And now if anybody knows how big a squirter is, they're not exactly small. They're probably half an inch tall or maybe even a little bit taller than that. The screw isn't necessarily big. It's only about an inch long. I just don't know what a mouse needs.
But an inch is,
What's
for
going
a
to
mouse,
happen?
is huge.
What's going to happen is we're going to come out in the garage.
You're gonna fire up
work?
this thing and it's gonna fly out.
No,
From the bottom
we're
of
going
it.
to come out to the garage, and these mice in this garage are going to be building hot rods. We're going to come out here and they're going to be racing. They done took my squirters. You know them mice done grabbed the carburetor. I didn't see them grab.
In the pile we have on a shelf.
Yeah.
They're probably hiding every one of our car parts.
We're going to come in here to some mouse drag racing. And no, I don't think that's really going to be a bad thing. It'd actually outfilm it. And people on YouTube will go nuts.
Million views immediately.
Crosby Racing Garage featuring mouse drags. Would be kind of crazy.
They just got itty bitty turbocharged Hot Wheels.
Come out here and all you hear is like blah, 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 blah. Real faint. Like, what the heck is that noise? And here comes a mouse on a hot rod. Okay. This time, I put that first clip in so they could see how far in that clip actually is. See that foot?
The lip.
That side's a foot. And then this big bevel. And then that. And we gotta go shopping again off that other coney.
Find some more old bearings.
So that's in. Listen for the click.
There it was.
It's in there. In there like paste pecan. Alright.
Time to get more bearings off the Jurassic World springs. Oh, shocks.
Alright, this one's set in its ways a little. It's actually probably a good thing that it's still tight.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Before I pull it out of there and get PV Blaster all over the new shock, I'm just going to work this a little bit in this shock.
Spray a little bit of brake clean on it.
Nope, that's PV Blaster.
Well, then you could spray brake clean on it to clean the PC Blaster out of it.
Okay. So she's out of there.
Gotta get the clip out. Got him.
What was wrong with these conies,
Dropped it.
besides being 20 years old, which actually wasn't anything.
You could probably go to a restoration
do.
shop and get them fixed.
With why I'm taking them out, the truck tended to
Like, go like this.
yeah, it tended to squat towards the right rear, and as best as I could tell, the right rear shock has just a little bit of air in it from age. So that's what we're going to do is might send them out.
I have a video on this camera of it trying to do a barrel roll just because the rear shocks.
Okay. Well, let's see. This body was wanting to be kind of stiff, so I'm just trying to work it side to side without really killing it. Not
Still
really,
looks pretty flush to it.
yeah. I'm not really liking what I see here. It might-
Who knows, it probably welded itself to it.
It could have. 25 years is a long time.
I'm pretty sure that was the one that was on the driver's side.
There's moving now. I'm not hitting it super hard. I'm just trying to
Get it out.
wiggle it out.
There we go. That's going.
Well, I got it to flush. Try to get it the other way a little bit. Free it up.
There we go.
It's out of there. Now what would be funny is if I go through all this trouble putting all this junk
Back into it.
in this truck, and the first pass out it goes right down Broadway. Because the theory I'm testing is I'm putting it back to what it was
Just
when it did go down the track every single time.
back to what it was.
Now, granted,
just
it was making less power, and I'm going to
little
have
better.
to probably have to turn the boost down to duplicate what it used to do.
and make it not
But
try and blow the tires off.
if it tries to go down the track every time, there, now she's free.
What would be cool is if it just popped wheelies and rode it out.
I don't really necessarily want it to wheelie, because I'd rather it 60 foot good.
Yeah.
But I would take a wheelie over it blowing the tires off every time it goes down the track, because that gets really, really old.
Yeah. Like if it just popped a
We
wheelie
want-
and didn't spin, then
We
that would
want to
just
get
be
out to the
perfect.
track more often.
But
We haven't really gotten to in the past years. Been doing a lot of house remodeling and just vacationing and stuff like that. Definitely don't get out as much as other people get to, but ideally once Garrett's truck's done, we'll be able to get out a whole lot more.
side by side
I don't
drag
even
race
care.
the S10 versus the Blazer.
Yeah, I don't so much care if I even race my truck as much as I care that Garrett gets to go out with his. So the real focus is going to end up being the Blazer pretty quickly, because we got a whole lot to do and I really want it done like this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Clips in, bearings in. Looking good. Looking good.
Almost time for the shock.
Alright.
Well, the spring.
Now I tried this on the get this on. That's on. That's on. Got these
Things on max because I'm pretty sure that was the one we were messing with.
yeah. So that was like 5 and I couldn't pull it apart.
Yeah, it's a pretty stiff spring. Well, shock.
These have 18 different settings for compression. And you put it on 5, it's pretty stiff. So, all right, there's shock number 2, ready to go in the truck. Now, we don't really have the means to hold a camera
to record it.
So what we're gonna have to do is turn these off, or just use the GoPro.
And the GoPro would most likely be the way to go.
Well, let's turn that one off. Bye, guys.
See ya.
And let's take the GoPro. I'll move it back here.
I forgot how to stop recording.